Hello everybody. Now, this video, this challenge is based on the concept of 6 degrees of separation. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's the idea that two people on this planet, any two people on this planet, are separated by no more than 6 intermediate links. People they know, that know people they know, that know people they know, until you reach the second person. And that there shouldn't be more than 6 steps between the first person and the second person. And that's how the population on this planet is interconnected. And what I would like to do is put it to the test. I know it's been done before, but this is slightly different because this is going to be documented on YouTube. So this is how it's going to start. Take this document. This is the document I want you to print out. The idea is that you're going to send this document to me. And of course, the thing is, you don't know who I am, you don't know my exact name and my exact address, you just have a vague idea of who I am from watching me on YouTube. But this is the document I want you to send. You can find the link to it in the video description. So, take the document and print it out. Then, post a video showing that you are starting this process, that you are person A and I'm going to be person B. And then what you need to do is put your name or nickname or alias or whatever you want to call. I don't want to cause any privacy concerns, so you don't have to use your real name. But as long as the people on the two sides of the chain know who you are, even if you use a nickname. Okay? But put your name in the first position on the form, and then the second person puts it in the second position, and so on, until it reaches me. And I will then, when I get the thing, I will read out the names on the thing, or the nicknames or whatever, on the form, to show that it has really reached me. So I will post a follow-up video then to show that the form has really reached me. So this is the thing. Now obviously there have to be a certain number of small restrictions. The first one is people that know me personally and that know where I live are obviously excluded, because it would be a silly exercise. Also, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to exclude people who live in Ireland, because it's just too close to home. I live in Ireland. There's no point in starting this when you live in Ireland. The only exception I would make to this rule is if you can ensure somehow that the person that you're giving this form to is completely ignorant of who I am and doesn't live in Ireland. Then I might make an exception to this rule. The second thing is, you must hand the forms over personally to every person in the chain. So no posting or anything like that. The form has to make it to me physically by a hand-to-hand process. So at some point, if you're starting this process in America, for example, you need to give this form needs to be given to somebody who's taking a trip to Ireland on the plane or something. You can't send it by post. Those are the 2 rules. And this challenge is going to remain open ad infinitum. I just want to see how many people take it up, first of all. It would be really cool to see who might actually do this. And secondly, how many of those forms actually make it to me and how many steps it really did take. So I hope I get a lot of responses to this. I think it's an interesting challenge. So please participate. One more thing, obviously, and I'm going to write this in the form as well, because the intermediate people mightn't know what this is about. Please make sure that the person you give it to, please ensure that the next person in the chain, the next person you give this form to, will participate. Because there's no point in making these things go down dead ends. That's it. Enjoy, and let's see when I can start making the first follow-on video. Be very good to see. Thank you very much for your participation.